right, the time now is 5:31, so we are going to go ahead and get started. Let me first just say welcome, everyone. My name is Kristen Moore-Burks, and I'm going to be your host for this Pitch4k competition being live streamed on Facebook. So once again, thank you all for joining us. We're going to have some fun this evening. We're going to hear some creative and interesting ideas and then give away nearly $10,000. We've got a great group of judges and a talented lineup of contestants with some great business ideas. And I also want you guys to know right now that you, the audience, everyone tuning in that's not actually participating in the competition, you will get to decide tonight's People's Choice winner. Now, what's People's Choice? Well, you'll get to vote for your favorite presentation, your favorite pitch, and then the winner who gets the most votes will be crowned the People's Choice winner, and they will win $1,000 in addition to first, second, or third place decided by our judges. So don't sneak off because you don't want to miss your chance to vote for your favorite pitch. I just mentioned our judges who will be deciding our first and second and third place finalists. So let's meet our judges. We've got a great group of judges. State Representative Cynthia Neely of the Michigan House of Representatives. She is a judge this evening. We also have Latasha Peoples. She is the Grant Manager, Entrepreneurship and Innovation with the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, or some of you may know it as MEDC. And we've got Mr. Raphael Turner joining us this evening as a judge. He is the Community Affairs Manager at Consumers Energy. All right, so for those of you who may not really know what the Pitch4k competition is all about, let me just give you a few kind of nuts and bolts so you know what we're dealing with here. Well, the mission of Pitch4k is to really just encourage and promote entrepreneurial mindsets in Flint and Genesee County, and to create a support system to help individuals move their idea, their product, or business forward to really just help make it a reality. What does it take to be part of this competition? Well, participants have to be at least 18 years old. They must live in Flint or Genesee County, and they must agree to work with a mentor before and after the competition. And if any participants already have an operating business, it can only be in operation less than 1 year. So tonight's event is the third Pitch4k competition in a 3-part series, and it's the 6th competition overall. And I have to thank the CS Mott Foundation and the Michigan Economic Development Corporation for providing support really just to help make all of this happen. So thank you. Now, in just a few minutes, we'll hear from the 6 finalists. Now, I'll let you know that the pitches you will hear tonight, these are basically the top 6 pitches out of 30 submissions. So they've already won. So we want to congratulate them on, as far as they've come thus far. But again, we're ready to see kind of who's going to really come out on top tonight as well. As part of their preparation for this event, each finalist participated in a pitch clinic facilitated by the University of Michigan Flint Innovation Incubator. Now, they were paired with a mentor who helped them with their pitch. And so they've really been working hard. And here are the rules for tonight's competition. So each of the 6 finalists will have 5 minutes to present their pitches. When they're done, our judges will have an opportunity to ask 1 question each, and the finalists will get 1 minute to answer. Now, once all the pitches have been presented, the audience will get to vote for that People's Choice winner that I mentioned earlier, while the judges deliberate and tally the scores. Now, what's on the line tonight other than that $1,000 People's Choice prize? Well, a lot, certainly a lot more than just bragging rights. So here are the prizes up for grabs. Once again, People's Choice winner gets $1,000. Then the judges will determine the top 3 winners of the competition. And you should know that the People's Choice winner can also be in the top 3. The third place winner will get $1,000. The second place winner will win $2,500. And the first place winner will get a check for $5,000. So this is awesome. A lot is at stake. So hopefully you guys are ready to be impressed by some great presenters and some great ideas, because that's it. It's pitch time. So up first, we've got Atwebi Alushala. Atwebi is a graduate student at the University of Michigan Flint. He's studying business information science, and he's passionate about business growth and continuity. And he's going to be presenting this evening about the calorie gauge. So, all right, Atwebi, you are up. Take it away.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Atwebi Olushola. And tonight, as we all know, we live in a technological world, and human needs are evolving all around, from the healthcare sector to the security sector to communication to security. So I'm a business owner of a startup software development company. And tonight I'll be presenting on Calorie Gauge, which is actually an app specifically to help people to eat well and to stay healthy. Can you just give me this next slide, please? Well, my following discoveries about the problems I saw is that actually when it comes to obesity, obesity is being caused more by unhealthy eating. And the statistics, because I'll be narrowing it down to the city of Michigan, in Michigan alone shows me that 2 out of 10 youths in Michigan has obesity, and even 3 out of 10 adults in Michigan has obesity. That's huge. And going to the US as a whole is a major health issue. And could you now believe that people that are suffering from obesity are vulnerable to much more disease, more than even obesity, like heart disease, high blood pressure. And this is our proposed solution. Can you move to the next slide, please? Oh, okay. This is the problem, in cost value. We had to do like a cost analysis of what was being spent on this problem, and it is a whopping $86 billion in a year. And this is the recent amount. This is huge. Can you just move to the next slide for the proposed solution? So considering that you have a pocket-sized sensor to measure the calories in your food, thereby the sensor will be able to send the information that was being generated on it to your mobile app on your smartphone, and it will be displayed in such a way that you can easily read it. And all this technology is being supported by wireless communication. Can you just move to the next slide? Okay, we have our AS7262. That's our sensor we are working with as a prototype. So being connected to to the app on your smartphone. And one of the benefits of this thing is you can actually scan as any food as possible. Can you just move to the next slide? So one thing we actually know is that we have a whole lot of market segment that we can actually capture. We have the individual users. These are people who are actually obese. And we also know that some people actually love to prevent something before it happens. So there are people also who want to like stay healthy and live well. We also have the restaurant who want to assure the customers that we are giving you a healthy meal. And we also have the fitness center. We actually can work with the fitness center, which we actually use our product just like a promotion word. And the other companies. Someone might ask me, why other companies? Statistics also shows that companies have loss of revenue as a result of absenteeism caused by obesity. Can you just move to the next slide, please? So we plan to grow this product by using all the social media platform we have, reaching out to fitness center and email marketing. And for existing users, we give them referral discount. Can you just move to the next slide? Okay, this is our revenue model. A one-time payment of $25, which is the sensor, and for the app that we are marketing, for the first year, just because you purchase the sensor, you have unlimited scan, but from the subsequent year, you have to pay for every scan. So next slide, please. So these are financial for the first year. I'll just take you through, like we have a low projected profit of $3,520. But after the first year, for a minimum of 500 users, we have a $5,000 that can be our revenue for a month after the first year. Can you just move to the next slide, please? Okay, this is where we are right now. For the competitors, we have also other competitors. But one thing that we actually do is we streamlined our product to just measure calories. And we did it in such a way that much technical details are being left out. So for the product, it will only be measuring calories, and that is all it will be doing. Can I move to the next slide? So these are next slide, please. So these are milestones. We've done the market survey, sensor prototype, and mobile app prototype. But since towards the end of last year till now, what we actually did is we formed much more collaboration with the community, with community partners. I have a community like Accelerate, and one of the things we got is we got many feedbacks about how these products can actually actually be marketed and work. But here we are. So one of the things we want to do in the second quarter of this year, we are going forward for the provisional pattern. And in the third quarter, we are going forward to launch a minimum viable product, which is like a test drive or to see how this thing will work very well in the Flink community. Can we go to the next slide? So I have my team, Ayomide Yusuf, Kenny Akinola, and me. But one thing I wanted to know is this. Also, statistics shows that depression is also a major issue of obese people. And can you just join me that when you give people these products, you give them not just a healthy life, you give them a healthy mind and a healthy community. Thank you very much.
Awesome, right on time. That was a Twavy Alushala. All right, so thank you. I know it's not always easy going up first, but you did a great job. Now we are going to go to our judges for any questions for Twavy. Representative Neely, do you have any questions?
Yes, I do. Will any chain stores or big box stores carry your product?
Okay, the product is actually an app, but for the sensor, that will go through the stores and that will go to the website. But for the products, I mean, the sensor will go through the chain store and the site. You can actually order from the site and from the chain store. But for the app, it's basically through the Play Store and the App Store. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you, Representative Neely. Latasha Peoples, do you have a question for Twavy?
I do. Kind of going along the lines of that, my question is more so on your customer segment. So are you looking at kind of B2B or are you looking at going directly to a consumer? My reason for asking is because I think that there are other health apps, similar models that are out there. And so I'm wondering if it makes sense for you to possibly partner with some of these models that are already existing in the health industry.
Okay, and that is why in my presentation, I made mention of during the tail end of last year, because I was in the competition last year, and towards now, I was able to through the connections that was given us to form a partnership that is one with Wired L that is in Hannibal, and these ones are what we call, they are actually have a app already working in the healthcare sector. That is one. And also accelerator, but and these ones also are dealing with healthcare. So one of the things I'm trying to do is for breaking in type of this, I have to leverage on people that are actually have something that they are doing already, and they have reasonable and considerable success. I mean, that was one of the development I had to do since the tail of last year till now. So what your question I will go is, yeah, I won't be moving straight to the direct customers. I'll be leveraging directly to health apps that have been working before. But as time goes on, because I'm receiving feedback much and more about how additional features can be added, which was not in the plan before. So as time goes on, one of the things we will also do is that when we start getting our own, what will I call it, credibility, because in the world like this, you move with credibility. When we start getting our own credibility, we can actually reach out to people by our own self. And that is why also in the presentation, you also see something like fitness center. So we also have plans to also reach out to, what will I call it, to their fitness centers and also partner with them. So it will majorly be a B2B, like business to business. And we will also just leverage on people that have been working and that have credible success and acceptance in the community we are trying to serve.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Turner, Raphael Turner, do you have any questions for Twavy?
Sure. Yeah, just in your opinion, and you have a very impressive team that put this together. What really sets this product apart or this app apart from others that are in the space currently?
So one thing I would just say is as I said in the presentation, the only thing is the ability to just go with that calorie gauge. We can actually see from the competitor side, actually, we have other products that measures like much more. And something about knowledge is when you give people too much things to do in a app or in something, it looks like much more technical to them. But even as for me as a student, I love things being concise, like this, I can actually say this is what this thing is for. So one of the things we try to break down is we try to break this down just only to measure calories. That's it. So the technical knowledge, I mean, for a layman that wants to use it, because not everybody is technological savvy. We're in the world, but not everybody has that technological knowledge like that. So the technical savviness, we are trying to break it down that anybody can actually apply it, just like using your phone. So that is one thing that makes the product actually much more like standing out among our competitors. Yeah. And something about this is, even though I mentioned the direct competitors in my slide, we also have the way that we can actually go from the back end to see that we have also indirect competitors, which are the Weight Watchers and the meal planners. And our product also from the back end getting to the customers, and I mean the individual users, we actually help them also. Yeah.
All right, great question. And thank you, Atwebi. Once again, number one, that's Atwebi Alushala with the calorie gauge. All right, so we're going to move right along to our next finalist. Our next finalist is Jalandria Drubo, and she's a licensed cosmetologist on a mission to educate people about natural hair. And she is here to present to us all about her idea for Revive Roots. Hi, Jalandria. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
Hi, welcome to class, everyone. For the next 5 minutes, you guys will be enrolled in Revive Roots Educational Workshop. Next slide, please. I am Jalandria Drubo, owner and operator of J. Nicole Custom LLC. I am a licensed cosmetologist and small natural hair care business owner here in Flint, Michigan. And these are my goals. Here's your syllabus. Take a look. And this is what we'll be talking about. Next slide, please. With Revive Roots, we focus on correcting and educating the lifelong misinformation women of color have received for years about caring for their hair, which caused years of damage. Being one of 4 girls in my house between the ages of 11 and 12, we kind of had to figure out how to start maintaining our hair from different things as far as styling, products, regimens that really will work and give my sisters and I the best results as far as growth in our natural state. I want to provide parents and children of color in my community the tools and knowledge to do the same. Next slide, please. So working with clients directly from all ages, I see a need for a hands-on informational workshops, panels, and a learning space. Learning specific and imperative facts about our natural hair is guaranteed to allow customers to maintain and see real results with their hair while being confident in it. As well as experiencing a worldwide pandemic this past year, I see a need for these spaces because they have literally skyrocketed. Next slide, please. Our target audience will be parents of children ages 10 to 17. Although our audience knows no bounds, at this age is when the curiosity starts and the miseducation of natural hair could begin due to just stereotypical barriers and trends, as well as working towards building relationships with the beauty schools in our state to offer a program where we can work with aspiring cosmetologists while going through their course or recent graduates. We also plan to help build job opportunities, mentorship, and in-depth insight on the beauty industry. Next slide, please. The majority of Flint population is Black African American. With over 66,000 being African American, we have over 40,000 being female, women, and we also have over 16,000 being parents with children under the age of 18. By attending 1 or 2 workshops, or however many they see fit throughout the year, with the take-home material, products we have to offer, our customers will be confident in knowing workshops are effective and sustainable with a new experience each time. Next slide, please. Revenue will be created through registration costs, enrollment costs, and product fees associated based on the different programs we will host per month, covering costs of tools needed, take-home material, product kits, and guest speakers. After 12 months of workshops, working with over 300 guests, we are expecting an annual revenue of $270,000. And I just want to state that Grand River Research stated that the global natural hair care product market size was valued at $8.74 billion in 2019 and is expected to grow at a compound annual rate of 4.7% from 2020 to 2027. Rising awareness related to the benefits of natural hair care products is one of the key factors fueling this market growth. Next slide, please. Hair schools and YouTube could be looked at as competition. What sets us apart is simple. Everyone cannot and do not want to afford the debt of going to hair school if the desire isn't to become licensed. As well as YouTube, it is the ideal place to seek the education because a lot of the time, the people creating these videos are based solely on trial and error. Having the luxury of being licensed with a steady and growing clientele and expertise working with a variety of hair types and textures, this would be nothing like your traditional client and stylist interaction, nor beauty school MPAs. We will provide our services via workshops, a free virtual Facebook community for continued education, collaborations, panels, and much more. Next slide, please. Through paid promotion, social media, advertising, and word of mouth, our goal is to grow as authentically and quickly as possible. We look to build lifelong relationships with our customers, referrals from local businesses and schools. Our customers are literally seeking to develop self-sufficient strategies from professionals. Our customers can hope and find to gain knowledge. With Revive Roots starting local and helping who we can with the space we plan to create, it will be easily accessible, professional, and affordable. Next slide, please. 6K from 100K. The prize money will support us with the implementation of this workshops. We will cover everything from product costs, venue, security, tools, and materials. Next slide, please. Thank you guys for considering Revive Roots. Any questions?
All right, well, she said it. Thank you, Jaladria. And any questions from our judges? State Representative Neely, any questions?
I heard you offer, you said something about you guaranteed your product. Can you go a little bit more into that? I heard you say a little bit about guarantee, but I didn't hear exactly where you were saying you were guaranteeing.
We're guaranteeing thank you for that question. We're guaranteeing our customers, our clients, anybody who meets and is a part of these workshops, they will leave with self-sufficient strategies and actual routines that work with their hair that they can do themselves at home without having to go to the salon faithfully or monthly because it's just another add-on expense.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. Peoples, do you have any questions for Ms. Jubo?
I do. I have one quick question. Nice job, by the way. My question to you is just simply, with your revenue model, I'm trying to determine with the landscape that we're currently in and coming out of, thank goodness, with a pandemic, are you planning on having these classes or workshops in person? And what's your fundamental revenue stream? Is it going to be from your product, or are you really honing more so in on your workshops?
Thank you for the question. So essentially, I would love to do hands-on actual workshops so I can actually be there and help whoever it is that is seeking these workshops in person. However, we will definitely make space for a virtual Facebook private community for these people searching for a credible stylist to give to get credible advice from and things that'll actually help them. So to go back to the beginning, I would love to do this hands-on. As I am a hands-on learner myself, I believe like actually being there with the customers and showing them like, this is what you do, this is how you do it, and showing them the difference in products and explaining to them and just becoming personable with them and having a actual personal relationship with each customer, client, and so on and so forth. And our revenue.
Oh, go ahead.
Our revenue, we will have a set cost, a price of $75 for the workshop. So whether it's virtual or in person, it will be a set price for $75 that will cover everything they need as far as the course, enrollment costs, products to take home. Products are included with these workshops. Each workshop, you will take home materials that you can actually do and implement yourself by yourself, even if you choose not to go on and do, say, another 1 or 2 workshops. Even if you come to one, you'll leave with products.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Peoples. And our next judge, Raphael Turner, do you have any questions for Jalandria and
Sure.
Revive Roots?
Yep, thank you. Yep, and yeah, great presentation. I was just interested to know like how much like revenue you expect from the product. Like, I understand the workshops and people leaving with that, personal one-on-one experience of learning how to use it or coming up with a strategy for their hair. But I mean, do you see that as a model? Like after you've attended the workshop, is the long-term strategy to really keep those people engaged by actually using your various products and sales, and how do you see that just a part of your overall strategy and revenue model?
Absolutely, yes. So with the take-home products, of course, after they run out, after they figure out like, oh my God, I love this, she's a genius, these products are great, how does she do it? She's a magician, right? They're going to want more. They are going to want more. They're going to see the benefits. I always encourage my clients and customers to take progress pictures. So from workshop number 1 to the free virtual private Facebook community where continued education will continue on, they can take progress pictures. And over the course of just say 3 weeks, my clients get results. My customers, they come back and they say, oh my God, it actually works. So I let the product speak for themselves, and there's no doubt in my mind that they'll continue to sell, and I'll be able to build even more with this opportunity and with this platform.
All right. Are you good with that,
Yes,
Raphael?
thank you. Thank you.
No problem. All right. Thanks again. Once again, that's Jalandria Dubois with Revive Roots. And up next, we have Mr. Leo Robinson II. He is a pastor in the city of Flint. He also has a degree in community development from CMU, and his pitch is for Good Laundry. There he is right there. Pastor Robinson, go ahead whenever you're ready.
Good afternoon, good evening. I'm Leo Robinson, and just like Kristen said, I'm a Flint resident, born and raised. I'm a husband to 1 fine wife. I'm a father to 5 awesome kids, graduate of Central Michigan, like she said, with a Bachelor of Science in Community Development, lead pastor here at a church plant called Good Church. It's a multicultural church here on the north side of Flint, and also the executive director of Good Laundry. So as we go to the next slide, you will see what I'm representing today and why I'm here. I'm representing Good Laundry. It's our mission that we change lives with access to clean clothes. And as you're thinking about our concept, I want to show you just 2 pictures, and I have a question for you with our next slide. So with Good Laundry, the question could be, what's the biggest difference between these 2 shirts? Before I get into the main meat of my presentation, I want you to ponder upon these 2 objects in front of you. What is the biggest difference between these 2 shirts? I'll give you a couple of seconds. Next slide. And here it is. And if you, with the thought of looking at those 2 shirts, I know it may be obvious that you knew the difference, but if you thought the biggest difference is one is clean and one is dirty, it's absolutely wrong. My question was the biggest difference. And I want to help you understand why that question, that answer is absolutely wrong when it comes to the difference between those 2 shirts. And I want to help you understand that by giving you the definition of the next slide, please, of the hygiene poverty, So hygiene poverty is not being able to afford many everyday hygiene essentials. The reality is that it restricts people options, leaving them to decide between paying bills or paying hygiene for hygiene essentials. So with that in mind, we'll take a look at the first shirt again. The first shirt on the next slide is the actual dirty shirt. And so with that, you if we look really deeper into this shirt, we'll understand that there is a high truancy rate connected to shirts like this. Lower grades are connected to students who wear shirts like this. High dropout rates, low self-esteem, anxiety and depression, which is on a rise right now, suicide and bullying, and also not just for students themselves, also for adults and parents. There are low employment retention rates among individuals who can't wash their clothes. Let's go to the next slide, please. So looking at the other shirt, not just a clean shirt, now it's the actual opposite of the other as far as information. We have lower truancy rates. That means individuals are able to go to school and are excited to go to school because they have clean clothes. Higher graduation rates are linked to that. Higher self-esteem, anxiety, and depression are lowered because of clean clothes. Suicide rates are lowered. And among adults, you have higher employment retention rates. That means adults are keeping their jobs longer because their uniform is clean. They're more apt to going to work when they have clean clothes. Let's go to the next slide, please. So with that being said, Flint, we have a problem, especially among the residents of the 48505 zip code. And hygiene poverty is at an all-time high. The median household income on this side of town is under $15,000 per year. And that's with the idea and from the perspective that there's an average of 3 kids in each home over here. Home ownership is one of the lowest in our city in this zip code. And there is no laundromat facility in a 3-mile radius, which is a big deal because majority of our 8,000 individuals they depend on the MTA, the public transportation. So with that being said, we also are in a unique position where we serve 3 different school districts. We serve Beecher schools, Kearsley schools, and obviously Flint schools in our 3-mile radius. So Flint, we have a problem. Next slide, please. So with us having a problem, we also have a solution, and Good Laundry is that solution. We are a 3,000 square foot laundromat located on the north side of Flint. And with that being said, when a family has access to laundry facilities, they boost their chances of having a steady household. Kids are more apt to going to school. Next slide, please. I just noticed my time, so I want to make sure I get it all in. Good Laundry service we provide is low-cost laundromat services. We have 8 commercial washer and dryers, computer lab, family lounge, kids play area, employment opportunities. We're hiring 3 individuals from this community. And next slide, please. And so with that being said, any questions regarding to Good Laundry?
Very good. You made it. Representative Neely, do you have any questions for Leo Robinson?
Yes, as you know, we already have laundromats around here. So who are your market competitors?
Yeah, so with us being on this side of town, the reason why I'm here in front of you today, and great question, is that we have individuals that in our 3-mile radius that depend on the public transportation, and they're not in our 3 school districts that we serve in our 3-mile radius are dealing with truancy issues. That gives us the awareness that individuals are not making use of those laundry services that are outside of our radius because they're having to utilize public transportation, get some rides to go to these laundromats. We are the only type of facility in our location over here. So really, quite honestly, I wish I wasn't here, that we would have an area that we can service these individuals, but we don't.
Okay, thank you so much.
Right, next up, Latasha Peoples, any questions for Mr. Robinson?
Yep, just a quick question. I want to make sure I'm following correctly. So you already have the facility up and running, is that correct?
Great question. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm sorry to cut you off. My apologies. It's actually being constructed right now. So we're actually up and things are moving. They're actually rerunning our gas lines. So we should be going very strong at the end of April, early May.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Turner, any questions for Leo Robinson?
Yeah, I was just going to ask about like the revenue model. Like how long do you see it taken before, you're turning that profit and you're covering your costs for startup and building, the actual facility?
Great question. Appreciate that. And I do actually have a slide prepared if we're able to go to that one right after this. It's the last slide. And it really just shows that as we're at right now, when it comes to our revenue and all of that, we're already at a point where we're exceeding what it takes to keep us self-sustaining because of we are unique. We're not a for-profit, we're a nonprofit. So with our donations and our sponsors and individuals, we are already established in that area as far as going and moving forward with just staying self-sustaining with the low prices that we are, because it's not a free laundromat, it is low cost. We're beating the low average cost of $1.25 per load of washing and around 25 cents per 7 minutes for drying. So with all of that being said, every time someone uses our facility, we're going to gain instead of lose because of where we're starting off with our grants and the fundraising that has already been going.
Yeah, thank you.
Great. All right, audience, hope you're paying attention. That was our third finalist, Leo Robinson II, with Good Laundry. All right, so we're halfway through, just 3 more presenters, and then you'll get your chance to vote for our People's Choice winner. So stay tuned, stay right there, don't go away. Up next is Marcus Brown. He is a proud MSU grad who is semi-retired from a career in education. He's also a farmer, and his presentation is on Chess Frog Farms. Mr. Brown, go ahead, take it away. I think I still see you on mute. There you go.
Okay. There I am. Greetings, one and all. My name is Marcus Brown, and my wife and I are the owners of Chess Frog Farms. We started out a few years ago with trying to bring a orchard or orchards to Flint. COVID made us adjust our plan, and we adjusted it by making it into agritainment. My wife and I have been into community development for the last. We started out with a concept called Village Summit, which is still running in Lansing and provides free lunches, tutoring, mentoring, and a lot of other services to people in Lansing in a lower economic neighborhood. I received my motivation from a friendship and a mentorship that was provided to me by Miss Rosa Parks, who lived in my neighborhood in Detroit when I was young. And she was quite a motivator and taught me that sometimes that one person can make a change in the world, and that one person's efforts can make a difference in a lot of different people's lives. Next slide, please. The problem that we're facing. Originally, when I did this presentation, I wanted to make it lively and make it into an infomercial where I was saying, but wait, there's more, and you can get this and you can get that. But we've had a number of shootings recently, including last night, in our area. Blight, poverty, community development, and a lot of other things are going on in our area. We're over near Pearson and Clio and DuPont and Stewart, and crime is a big issue over here. And I don't want to make light of it by doing the fun presentation that I was going to do, but talk seriously about the need for community development over here and the need for other resources over here. Crime, hunger, infrastructure failure, nightly gunfire, drugs, and other urban social ills are a problem. But crisis can be an opportunity for change. Next slide, please. 2016, the seed is planted, mowing and cleaning up fields. Chess Frog Farms began planting apple and cherry trees. Right now, we have about 8 acres. And what we plan on doing is creating an agritainment opportunity where people can pick fresh fruits, but also do fishing, mini golf, laser tag, horseshoes, remote control racing, and get to know their neighbors. Sometimes the pits from something that's sour can be planted to produce something new. Next slide, please. Market opportunity. There's no one else doing anything like this in this area. The land that we have here can be rented for weddings. Our initial costs have already been put in. We can gain profits by talking about the nutritional needs here. We live in the food deserts. Most of the food around here at the supermarkets are either wilted or overpriced compared to what you can find in Myers or Walmart. Beer, lottery tickets, and cigarettes do not make a balanced diet. So we're going to have community gardens that are going to be free for neighbors to use and also offer an opportunity for neighbors to meet each other. Next slide, please. Revenue model. I believe in the concept of process versus product. Sometimes people get focused on trying to get a product out very, very cheaply, but you also got to look at the process in which you're creating that product. If the process isn't right and people get killed by the process, it's no good. You got to have neighbors willing to do this and wanting to do this. Next slide, please. No competition is in this area for this type of thing. You have to go out to the suburbs or way out into the country to find a U-pick opportunity or to find opportunities where you get this type of opportunity to go for fishing and so forth and golfing and all this other stuff. We have a lot of traffic that can pass through this area because of all the major streets, I-75, 475 Pearson. Next slide, please. Marketing and growth, we want to leave that to be organic. What do people want to happen over here? If they want to go do boating and create fish, more than fishing, swimming opportunities, we want to do that. If they want camping opportunities here, we want to do that. Next slide, please. Thank you. Are there any questions about what we plan with Chess Frog Farms?
And you have 20 seconds to spare. All right, Marcus Brown, Chess Frog Farms. Representative Neely, do you have any questions for Mr. Brown?
He might have mentioned this, but I just wanted to know, how much would you make gross profit per sale?
Well, we're basing a profit structure mostly off souvenirs and rental of the grounds for weddings, graduations, and family reunions. We're going to parse off use of the laser tag and all this other stuff for payment and salaries of the employees that we hire. We're going to hire directly out of the neighborhood, hire teenagers to give out the golf clubs, to give out the laser tag equipment, and to maintain the grounds. So we're looking at hiring people from the area to do that, and we're looking at the rental fees going towards that. Profit margins will be based off selling souvenirs. We've already created cartoon characters, a chess frog, a turtle with dreadlocks, and all these other characters that are going to have snappy sayings that are going on t-shirts, that are going on cups, and we're looking at 100% markup. If you're buying, we buy t-shirts for $6, we're going to sell them for $12, and it'll be cool t-shirts with cool sayings on them that people will want to buy. And we're going to have a Facebook link in and a cartoon link in, also with a newspaper link in, that's going to be selling these characters.
All right. Latasha Peoples, do you have any questions for Marcus Brown?
Just a quick question. Can you remind me, do you own the land?
Right now, we own 8 acres of land over here by Flint Park Lake, and that includes 2 shores of the lake. I've been trying to talk with the city about buying more of the land because I think there's a potential and there is a need for this lake to be developed. All the other lakes that are in predominantly non-Black neighborhoods have boating and fishing and other opportunities. For some reason, the lake inside this neighborhood has not been developed the way that other lakes have been developed in Flint. And I think that that's a shame. The research that I've done on this lake and that Michigan State has done on this lake says that there are underground springs under this lake that feed this lake. That means that there's natural pure water feeding this lake. The only thing that's contaminating this lake is the water runoff from melted snow and from rain that flushes stuff off the street into this lake. That's contaminating this lake. And we got algae blooms from fertilizer that's coming from wherever there are farms north of here that are feeding into this lake. So you can have a pure, we're talking about lead in the water, but we have a pure lake that's being fed by underground springs. Many years ago, I was told that there was a mayor here that people have weird opinions about, that was trying to develop this lake and trying to get the Corps of Engineers here to do something with this lake. But right now, this is a very interesting lake. It's being fed by underground springs. I'm just surprised that nobody else has tried to take an opportunity to do something with this lake and help the people out in this area. A lot of people, and if you read the Michigan State report, which is highlighted, you'll see that a lot of people in this area feel that this area has been intentionally neglected for other purposes and have mixed feelings about what the land bank is doing or not doing with their property over here.
Okay, Mr. Brown, thank you. And one more question, or one more judge, Raphael Turner, do you have any questions for Mr. Brown?
Yeah, I'll be brief. Thank you for your presentation. Great job. Just wanted to know how connected your project has been in the planning and development of this with like some of the other local groups that work in this space, like Flint River Watershed Coalition and our other like local groups that have really put in some significant time and research over our waterways and public spaces.
Well, I've worked with the Watershed Group in doing cleanups for the last 3 or 4 years. I've actually captained a couple of the cleanups, and when COVID hit, they had to cancel the cleanup. So my grandson and I actually went around the lake and did the cleanup by ourselves. I've also worked with Edible Flint in the past with getting food and plants out to people, and I've also worked with the Master Gardeners. Right now, I'm working with Black Lives Matter and going around doing surveys. And I've been trying to work with some of the peacekeepers recently with all the gunfire and all the bloodshed that's recently happened. Everything from the 9-month-old that got killed over on Pulaski, we're working with that group, and we're trying to develop this area and try and deal with some of the safety issues over here. And I'm hoping that some of the money and profits that come from this could go into better lighting and go into, like, we've been talking about putting green light cameras up in this area to help deal with some of the security and some of the crime issues inside this area. We also developed the Frog Neighborhood Association over here. That's something that I was instrumental in helping develop, with working with the Neighborhood Hub. So we have been working with people, and I tried to work with Mayor Weaver, but Mr. Gilchrist and I had communication issues. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, good, because I'm trying to keep you down. I want you to answer your question, but I'm trying to keep you down to that 1 minute, but you're done. We got all the judges' questions. Thank you, Raphael, and everyone for voting. Number 4, Marcus Brown with Chest Frog Farms. All right, number 6, Nicole Rumbold. She is going to present about Home Real Estate Company. Nicole, clock is up. Take it away whenever you're ready. Mute, unmute. There you go. No problem. The clock is still on 5, so you're good.
Okay, so I'm a local realtor. I'm Nicole Rumbold, and I'm a local realtor in the Genesee County area. My company is called My Home Real Estate Company, and the My refers to Michigan because that is where it was started. And my company is a photography scheduling software for realtors to make it more convenient for them so that they don't have to take the time to make the phone call to schedule realtor or photographers to come out and take photographs for their listings. Next slide, please. So the problem is that realtors work a lot of hours a week. We don't have, we make phone calls all day. So a lot of our time is with clients. So to make it easier for us to have and I would like to develop an app to make it easier for realtors to go on there and schedule, do a couple of clicks to schedule the photographers to come out to book to take pictures of their listings. Next slide, please. So the product it's an online, right now it's a website. I would like to develop an app eventually, and realtors will get their photos within 24 hours of being delivered, because as we know, listings, when you do the paperwork, it's ready to go. We need the photos right away. We also provide drone videos, staging, videographers. We make it easy for online payments such as PayPal, debit, Venmo. The app would allow the realtors quick and easy access, and really it's convenience. We do a lot of different things for clients, so our lives are very busy, so we're just trying to make it convenient for them. This shows on my webpage or on the website how you go on there. You can book the date, you book the choice of photographer that you want to choose from. We have a portfolio that you can choose which photographer fits best for you. And then it goes right to the photographer so that they can receive the info to know when to go out to take the pictures. Next slide, please. Market opportunity. Last year, according to my MLS system, 8,308 homes sold in Genesee County, and that was during a pandemic. Some of the statistics are that homes with high quality photography sell 32% faster. As we know, if you see a home with professional pictures, you're more likely to look at the listing, and the ROI on a professional real estate photography is 826%, and also 1,200% increase in social shares. 68% of consumers say that great photos made them want to visit the home. And our customers consist of two different people, the realtors using our product to service the clients looking for the homes. Next slide, please. So the business model, the way that I do the pricing is a home 1,200 square feet or less under 1 acre is $150 for a set of photos. There's no cap on how many photos, just enough to capture, the entire home for the listing. There's add-on costs that you can add on, such as, extra acreage, bigger square footage, drones, staging, videography, and that all will come up in the pricing sheet as you add them on. So it's easy for realtors to see how much they are going to be charged for every service that they need. The 25% profit goes to me, 75% goes to the photographer. So that would be $37.50 for each $150 photo session, which that is the minimum session that you can choose from. So that as they go, more add-ons, the higher the cost of the package gets. So that would be a $93,750 profit for me before the taxes and expenses. At 2,500 photos, 2,500 sessions for the year, and then $375,000 projected revenue for the year. And that is only capturing 30% of the homes listed on MLS last year. I believe that excellent customer service, being in real estate, I think it's very important. It creates a lifetime customer. And I've already established a web page. I pay a web designer to manage my page every month. And I also have a social media page created. I really have not had any customers yet because I feel I need to put more marketing into this company. But realtors, they have different numbers of listings each month too, so it can vary on how many listings they need photographed. Next page, please. Competition. Our competition is Next Door Photos started in Oakland County. They start out small, so they give me, inspiration that now they're nationwide. So I think they're local, and I think that's awesome that now they're nationwide. And Grand Space Media represents Saginaw County. So I'm hoping to bring something to the Genesee County area. Next slide, please. I'm over my time. Market approach. A lot of clients do their own photography or use Nextdoor. I use that one personally, and I think that marketing is the most important way to get your business out there. Next slide, please. Any questions?
All right. Any questions, judges?
Being in real estate.
All right. Any questions from our judges? Why don't we start with Mr. Turner? Raphael, do you have any questions for Nicole?
Yeah, absolutely. So great job with the presentation.
Thank you.
So one I was going to ask, is there, also other segments of the business that, you could, in addition to real estate, I know working with real estate companies and things like that will probably be your biggest buyers, but
yes.
I know that there's the landlord businesses. There's several, people that want to show, properties for rent, commercial. Are there applications for what you have set up to do that?
Absolutely. That's actually what I'm hoping to do. I'm hoping to expand to commercial. Landlords need property management. They need exposure for tenants they need tenants when they want to rent out their investment properties. I think that commercial too would be an awesome opportunity to do. There's so many different areas of real estate that need photography that I think that there are different areas to grow in. It's just, I'm trying to start out, small. And then once I start going, add on to that. And of course, if anyone approached me and said, I'd like my commercial building to be photographed, of course, I would never say no to that. And so, I think there's a lot of room to grow with real estate. As we know, real estate's a great, there's always real estate anywhere you go. It's a needed product. So.
Yep. And then one quick add-on question, and I'll let us move on. With the the $150 base package, what, how many photos do I get? You know, like if I'm listing my home, how many photos do I get in that package?
There's no cap as long as everything is captured. I would say maybe an hour it takes about photographs to be done. So I don't think there should be a limit. I just think that as long as everything is captured that needs to be captured in the picture for the listing, then I don't, you know, there should be no limit on that, in my opinion.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, thank you.
All right, thanks, Raphael. Latasha, do you have any questions for Nicole?
I do have one question, and that is, I love your concept by the way.
Thank
Great
you.
job.
Thank you.
My question to you is, are you looking to kind of, you mentioned a little bit of this earlier, that you're looking to start something more local. And so I'm wondering, is that kind of your niche? Are you going to kind of stay local, or are you looking to eventually expand your business? And the reason I ask that is just because we have, you know, obviously larger market players like your Coldwell Bankers and who typically use their own in-house photographer as part of their package for their realtors. And so I'm just wondering, how have you considered that in terms of your marketing and what you're looking to do?
So with that, I think that, you know, being in real estate, word of mouth is how you get a lot of your referrals. So I think that, you know, if I can start local, start small, because I don't want to take anything too, I don't want to take on too much at one time, but I think if you start small, eventually you'll start growing and growing. And just like Next Door Photo, they started out local and now they're nationwide. So I think over time, as you keep promoting your business, you will expand. And I do believe that, you know, eventually down the road, if a big real estate company like that approached me and would love to sign a contract as us being their main in-house photographer, of course, I would never say no to that. But right now I'm just trying to really just promote the business and get it out there. So I think every company starts out small. I mean, even look at Amazon, they start out really small and now, you know, they're the biggest company that I guess they're one of the biggest companies in the world. So to me, it's starting out local and expanding from there.
All right, thanks, Latasha. And Representative Neely, do you have any questions for Nicole?
Yes, kind of piggyback off of Raphael when he asked about your cost and what did they get out of that cost. I just kind of wanted to know, how did you come up with your retail price?
So I came up with my retail price just looking at competing, you know, competitors as to what they charged. My prices are around what they charge. I feel like a little bit higher, but I also did that due to quality. I think that quality is very important and people would pay for the quality. So I think if you do charge too much, then they won't buy your product. But to me, quality is, you know, more important than anything. So if they like your quality, they will pay for the product. And I also give back most of the profit to the photographers because they are, you know, they're the legwork of the business. They make sure the business, they keep it going because they're the ones that go out and take all the pictures. So that's why I like to compensate them more than myself so that they feel that they're being paid fairly. But I mean, the quality is very good. The photographers are awesome. So I think that my prices are very fair.
All right, thanks, Nicole. Again, that's Nicole Rumbold with Home Real Estate Company. And we're down to our last finalist, number 6, Shane Prue, standing by, and his presentation is on Flint City Handball Club. Go ahead, Shane.
Hello, my name is Shane Prue, and I'm the co-owner and chief operator of Flint City Handball Club, and we're bringing Flint its new favorite sport. Next slide, please. The issues that we'll be addressing with Flint City Handball Club is that team handball, a sport which takes aspects of basketball, soccer, and hockey to create a high energy and high scoring competition, is one of the largest sports in Europe, with growing popularity across the world. In fact, the International Handball Federation boasts almost 800,000 registered clubs globally, but we have less than 35 clubs registered here in America. However, we do have one team here in Flint, Michigan. With that club, we will also be addressing the declining participation in youth sports. A study by the Aspen Institute shows that in 2008, 45% of kids 12 and under regularly participated in sports, but that number has dropped down to 38% as of 2018. Now, we consider this a AAA threat. It comes from the affordability of sports, access to sports, and apathy to sports, by which we mean We have been playing the same 4 or 5 sports for the last 50 or 60 years. And at this point, kids would rather play Fortnite on their tablet than go outside and throw a ball around. We hope by bringing a new sport to the community that we can reignite that spark of athletic competition in our young community. Next slide, please. We'll be providing youth clinics. Thank you. We'll be providing youth clinics to encourage the growth of team handball and athleticism in our community. We also have adult teams with regional, national, and regional, national, international competition. We are a new sport to challenge and excite the community, and we are running on a community club model where young players can grow and develop into the adult teams. Next slide, please. Our major competition is the local family entertainment market and the local sports that play during the warm weather seasons. The largest market advantage for Flint City Handball Club is our ability to keep our costs low, which we can then reflect onto the public, and our ability to provide a unique experience that can't be held elsewhere in the region. Next slide, please. Now, our market opportunity is that our sport is very exciting, and it's easy to learn for the ardent sports fans and for casual families alike. Popularity with team handball tends to trend with international events, such as the IHF World Championships and the Olympics. We also know that Flint loves sports. The Flint City Bucks hosted games with just under 5,000 in attendance in their first season, and the Firebirds averaged just under 3,000 in their last season. Next slide, please. With Flint City Handball Club, we also hope to provide a positive local economic impact. We'll be providing opportunities for local vendors, and that's everybody from those involved with concessions to those who provide us with materials for game day operations. We also have the opportunity to host national tournaments here in Flint. Now, we'd like to bring your attention to this 2016 study from Grand Valley State University showing the local economic impact of sports. Now, they figured the local economic impact to be about $67 of new money being infused into the local economy per visitor. To show where that potential can lead with team handball, the top league in Germany generates $126.5 million in annual revenue with an average attendance of 4,806 people. Next slide, please. Our primary revenue streams will be from merchandise sales and ticket sales for our adult teams. At $5 a ticket, we need a minimum of 16 fans per match to meet our $500 minimum operating costs. At that same price, we would need around 366 fans to meet a maximum operating cost of $11,000. We project the annual monetary value of each fan to be around $92 a year. That's based on a projection of $5 tickets over 6 matches, $7 in concessions per game, and $20 in merchandise over the course of the season. Next slide, please. We hope to reach our audience with a blend of social media ads and partnerships with community groups such as Grand Blanc Parks and Rec, Ascension Genesis Athletic Clubhouse, and our home Burston Fieldhouse, amongst others. By investing in youth clinics and partnerships with community centers, we will create a system that allows players to develop from the youth stage to the adult league with Olympic opportunities through our affiliation with USA Team Handball. This will keep players connected with Flint City Handball Club for several years. Flint City Handball Club is also currently making connections with clubs across the nation and abroad to improve our team handball education as well as our player network. Next slide, please. We would like to conclude by saying that we are the Flint City Handball Club. We are bringing a new opportunity to Flint, and we look forward to contributing to the rich athletic culture and history of Genesee County and the city of Flint. Thank you for your consideration.
All right, Shane. That was Shane Prue with Flint City Handball Club. And we're going to go to our judges. This time we're going to start with Latasha Peoples. Latasha, do you have any questions for Shane?
I actually do not.
Awesome.
You did a
Okay.
great job.
All right, Shane. That's, yeah, a compliment to you. Raphael Turner, do you have any questions for Shane?
Sure. Yeah. Just when are you guys planning to get started? I know, I mean, obviously it'll probably, you look maybe push back into next year with COVID and everything, but when do you plan to get back in the gym and get this going?
We already are. We've been very fortunate to partner with Burston Fieldhouse this year. So far, they've allowed us to do a few indoor practices that are mask required, no contact, and it's been able to get our players just to keep their legs underneath them during this time. We are still a building team as we are a new sport in this community. So we have people coming in and trying the game out, and sometimes they stick around for a few weeks. Sometimes they just try it once and move on. But the idea is that we're giving those opportunities. Once the weather is for sure warmer. We'll be moving out to the outdoor court at Burston Fieldhouse, but maintaining the same rules of social distancing, masks required for all players and staff. And same thing with our clinics. We're keeping them. We haven't started our clinics yet, but we are starting this month at Burston Fieldhouse and Ascension Genesis Athletic Clubhouse. And for those facilities, we're staying with the same rules: non-contact, mask required. And we're just gonna take it slow until we're finally out of the woods with this pandemic.
Exactly.
Thank you.
That's the best you can do. But yeah, it's awesome that you guys are able to still, going to be rolling right now.
We're very
And
fortunate to have found Burston.
absolutely, it's a huge asset to the community. Representative Neely, any questions for Shane?
I have no question.
All right.
Okay.
All right. And once again, that was our last presenter, Shane Prue with Flint City Handball Club. All right. So since that's our sixth and final finalist presenting, that means it's time for our judges to deliberate. And while they prepare to go into a separate online chat room, audience, prepare to vote for the finalists you think should be the People's Choice winner. All right, the slide is already on your screen now. Voting is now open for our People's Choice. So that's the link you need to go to. It's voteforpitch.com. And then once you are on the website, you'll be asked to place the name of each finalist in order based on preference. So you just simply kind of drag and drop the name of the presenter in the order of your choice. So if your first choice, whoever your first choice is, I should say, that name should be at the top of your list, and then you'll go second, third, and so on. You have 5 minutes to vote. So hopefully you guys are already there. Again, it's voteforpitch.com. So hopefully all the presenters, they've got their crews like going to voteforpitch.com. And again, we're allowing 5 minutes for voting. And then once the 5 minutes is up, like the voting is closed. So they need to be there now. Just saw in the chat that Shane, just congratulations, congratulating everyone. Yes, everybody did an awesome job. So while we do that, we just thought it would be a great idea to kind of check in with a former presenter and actually a former winner of a previous Pitch4k competition, someone who knows very much what it's like to be in the shoes of our finalists this evening. So we are going to check with Jonathan Blanchard. Hopefully he is on up. There he is right there, right on cue. Jonathan is the founder of STEMletics, developed in 2016. STEMletics is a revolutionary youth curriculum that fuses together athletics and education, teaching students STEM concepts. Jonathan won second place in the November 2019 Pitch4k competition. And again, we just thought it would be good to check in on him and get an update on his progress. So thank you so much, Jonathan, for taking some time out this evening to chat with us. So what have you been up to since winning second place in the Pitch4k competition?
Yeah, actually it's been pretty busy. Actually in that competition back in 2019, my idea was actually to convert our in-person program to a virtual program. And this was before COVID was even a thing.
Wow, right on cue.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, it was perfect timing, amid the pandemic, the tragic pandemic. But, the competition definitely helped with that. And yeah, it's just been, trying to adjust to, the new normal of, virtual everything now. And so, yeah, that's pretty much what we're trying to do now. Get the virtual aspect of our business out there, as well as, prepare for when in person is a thing again, which it looks like is beginning to become more of a thing that will happen sooner rather than later. So yeah, we're actually working on opening 2 different facilities, STEM labs, to host in-person programs again, in a way that we can kind of control, social distancing and make sure that all of our students are practicing safety protocols.
Great. And congratulations to you once again. I'm just curious, like how would you say this competition really have an effect on moving your business idea forward?
Yeah, I would say, just the feedback that I got from presenting, not only from 100K Ideas, who does an excellent job of helping anybody with a good idea move their idea forward, but also with people, who happen to see my pitch. I've actually made some great connections due to that pitch that has helped move the business forward. So yeah, it's just been a great resource in terms of helping out with additional resources and helping to move my idea further along, either even quicker than without those resources.
So what advice would you give our finalists tonight? Like I said, it was just about maybe a year and a half, almost 2 years, when you were in their shoes, when you won second place in the competition. So if you were in their situation tonight, what advice would you give to them as they, try to take all the lessons learned from this experience and move forward like you did?
Yeah, I would say, don't be afraid to go out there and think big, dream big. No matter how small your idea might think right now, or how small you think your idea is right now, it could always be bigger, and it usually has that potential as long as you're not afraid to think about it long term, and put yourself out there to be able to put yourself in positions to take advantage of opportunities and chances and chances and opportunities for that growth and expansion to happen. One of my greatest quotes that really stick with me is, "You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take." So just being optimistic and shooting for the stars.
So let's see. I'm just curious, since you were in the competition in 2019, how would you say the competition has changed, or have you noticed some things that they're doing differently now? You're like, okay, that's good. Anything you noticed different? You're like, okay, that's good, that's cool.
Yeah. I know that before they kind of broadcast it out, but I do think that it's cool that we're on Zoom now, and of course it's because of the pandemic. But it's just cool to see people interactive who can't be there physically in attendance, and as well as adding like the people's choice. I don't think that was a thing too. So I like how you get some feedback from the community about what type of businesses and things that they see great potential in and want to support. So 100K is always innovating and adding new things. So I'm sure next year it'll even be much bigger and better.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again for kind of coming back and speaking about your experience and providing some tips. I mean, like you said, what is it? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the great saying. Just go for it. Just do it. Like you'll never know if you don't try.
Oh yeah.
All right. So once again, thank you so much to Jonathan Blanchard, 2019 winner, second place of the pitch competition. And we look forward to great things with STEMletics. We'll be looking out for it. Thanks again to Jonathan.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we are still kind of tallying up the votes for our People's Choice, and Jonathan is exactly right. Like I said, he was in the competition in 2019. I want to say People's Choice. Maybe this is only the second or maybe the third time that the People's Choice was actually part of the competition. I just got an update saying that we've had 91 votes so far. So yes, we appreciate everybody who are watching live on Facebook. Certainly our contestants are texting and telling everybody, hey, go to voteforpitch.com and vote for me. I'm sure a lot of those texts are going out right now. So, okay, bam, just like that, we're up to 110 votes right now for People's Choice. So that's awesome. The numbers are growing and growing. Again, that website, voteforpitch.com. And all you do is take the names of the presenters and you place them in order. Your favorite should be number one, and then you'll go down from there, and the winner will get $1,000. And I should also mention that the winner of the People's Choice, that's just like an extra. That's a bonus. It's not like, oh, I don't know, I don't want my favorite to win People's Choice because then they can't win first, second, or third place. No, People's Choice is a bonus. You can win the $5,000 prize and win the People's Choice Award. So that's awesome. And again, as Jonathan said, that's just something that's relatively new to the competition. So voting winding down, make sure you get your votes in at Pitch4k, voteforpitch.com, and you vote for your favorite. I just saw some, Jalandria is kind of hyping everybody up. I know Jalandria is super excited that the presentations are over. And yes, Jalandria, you are right. Everybody did an awesome job. I just got another update telling me that voting will close in 1 minute. So you've got less than 60 seconds now to make sure your supporters, your people on Facebook, or your people in your family, whoever you can get to vote for you. You've got less than 30 seconds, I'm sure now, because voting is about to close at voteforpitch.com. And once again, whoever wins, that's just an extra $1,000 just for being the top vote getter for that People's Choice Award. So hopefully you guys are having fun. We did hear a lot of great ideas and concepts. Our judges are close to their decision, so that's exciting as well. So they're just about done tallying all of their scores and determining our third, second, and first place winners for this 6th ever Pitch4k competition. I hope you guys are having fun. I know a lot of folks, at least 6 people watching now, are just relieved, just breathing a little easier right now. So just thank you all for participating, and we'll just have our results in just a few minutes. So I'm just going to make a few notes as I'm getting some information here.
Too bad we can't vote for ourselves.
Well, you don't need that. You'll be fine, Marcus.
Hold on, can I do a Donald Trump and ask for a recount?
No recounts. And before the results are in, but we'll talk about something else. We won't even talk about that.
We don't want to talk about him.
Yeah, no. Okay. All right, once again, everything is coming in now. So the judges are coming back. Right now, I think I'm told that we are up to 147 votes are in now for People's Choice. It's kind of amazing with technology and everything, how all of this stuff is happening just as we speak. Okay, so I just got some info. We now know our People's Choice winner. And let's see, I think our judges' decisions are coming in as well. Just want to make sure we have that right. Okay. So yeah, looks like we've got all our information in. As soon as our judges come back from their breakout room, I guess we'll find out who all of our big winners are. Isn't this exciting?
Just announce my name and we can split the money.
Oh gosh, okay.
Come on. There's a plane for Vegas at 8 o'clock. Come on.
Let's see. Oh wow, Shane's got some people in. I'm just looking at what things popping up in the chat. Shane is trying to give a shout out to a handball company in France for some help. Yeah, I'm not even going to try, but it's a handball company in France for their support. That's amazing. Wow, that's awesome. He says they're a women's team. Well, hey, France, if you're watching, thanks for the support. Okay, guys, so I think we're ready. Are you guys ready? Are you anxious at all or no? You're fine. Okay, I'm gonna take that. Just get to it, right? Okay, so I believe our judges are back. And once again, I just want to thank everybody for being here, being a part of this competition tonight. Please stay tuned for the next competition date. We will make sure that gets out there. Just watch your social media and all that good stuff.
Thank you for being a great host.
Marcus, you're awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You made it a lot easier on all of us with by being just you. By that smile, you made us all relax a little bit.
Well, thank you. Happy to help. Happy to be part of it. I think this is just an awesome just concept. Just kind of developing entrepreneurs in Flint and Genesee County. I mean, you know, there's just an awesome thing all around. So I believe, once again, our judges are back. Our judges should be back from their separate room. And so soon we should be able to announce our winners. But before we do all of that, why don't I just remind you of everything that's at stake? We're going to do like a big build up to like the big finale. All right, so remember, we've got a number of prizes. So let me remind you of what all of our winners will receive. The People's Choice winner will get a check for $1,000. The third place winner will get a check for $1,000. The second place winner will get a check for $2,500. And the first place winner will get a check for $5,000. I also want to just say thanks so much to all of the organizations that have been a part of this entire event. And of course, we have to thank our judges, State Representative Cynthia Neely, Latasha Peoples, and Raphael Turner. Also want to say thank you to Jonathan, who came back to kind of give us an update. And mentors. I mean, we told you earlier that to be a part of the competition, you have to agree to work with mentors to help develop your idea before and after the competition. So LaAsia Johnson, Martin Sovis, Letitia Slappy, Luther Brown, Tony Vu, Carl Johnson, Pranita, Adrian Montague, and James Shuttleworth. Also the selection committee, Robert Landau, Paula Nass, and Marcus Rankins. The C.S. Mott Foundation, thank you to MEDC, Michigan Economic Development Corporation. The Flint and Genesee Chamber of Commerce have had like a role in all of this. The University of Michigan Flint Innovation Incubator, of course, 100K Ideas, and 360 Interactive. So yes, I guess you will say, get on with it, stop stalling. Okay, let's go. All right, so the winner of the People's Choice with 147 votes, Jalandria Drubo. You got your people out there. Yay, look at you. Hey, there's your check. You'll get a real one. This is just for effect. You will get an actual physical check. Congratulations for getting your folks out there, and to all the people who were really loving your idea about natural hair and revived roots. Delandria, once again, is our People's Choice winner, $1,000 prize. All right, next, we're going to tell you our third place winner. This came from decisions from our judges. Third place winner is Nicole Rumbold with Home Real Estate Company. There you go, $1,000 check. All right.
Thank you. I'm so
There you
excited.
go. Yay, congratulations. All right, second place winner. That is going to be Atwabi Olushala with Calorie Gauge. Everybody's counting their calories. We're looking for new ways all the time. Hey, Atwabi, hey, can you wave or something? I know you're trying to contain your excitement. Yeah. There you go. $2,500 coming your way for that idea of the calorie gauge. So who do you guys think is our first place winner? All right. It's Shane Prue with Flint City Handball Club. Everybody really just liked that idea of just bringing more action and activity back to the city of Flint. Your partnerships with different community, groups and organizations. So Burston Fieldhouse. So there you go, Shane. You are.
Thank you so much. Can I speak real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick. Okay, thank you. I just want to say thank you to 100K, all the other presenters. You guys did an awesome job. I would like you guys to please reach out to our group. We're very much into getting community partnerships in there, and I could see where all of us could work together down the line here. I want to thank the judges. I want to give so much thanks to my mentors, Adrian and James with Flint Soup. They've been absolutely crucial to getting us going and helping us present our idea here to you guys. And to the community of Flint, we want to say hello. We are here to bring you something new, and we can't wait to be a part of, like I said earlier, the athletic history and culture of Genesee County and Flint City. Also, hey, anybody who wants to try team handball, please look us up. We're at Flint City HC on all forms of social media, and flintcityhc@gmail.com for men, women, kids, anybody who wants to try this game. We're here to bring you this experience. Thank you so much, everybody.
Awesome. And I'm really appreciating all the love I'm seeing for everyone, all of our participants. If you want to just kind of check out the chat, Leo Robinson is saying, hey, congratulations to everyone. Jonathan is saying congratulations. Nicole, congrats to everyone. Delandria, congrats. And Latasha, one of our judges, is saying everyone did an excellent job and the decision was very hard. So she said, thank you for stepping forward and sharing your dreams, and don't stop. If you didn't win this competition, it's okay. Like keep pursuing that dream. Just like Jonathan said, just keep going, dream big, think big. You never know unless you don't try. And if you don't, get it the first time, keep on trying, don't stop. So once again, to all of you, to our audience watching on Facebook, thanks so much for participating. Remember that the next competition date, that will be posted coming soon. So keep a lookout for that. Right now, you're seeing the list of mentors, the list of judges, and the members of the selection committee. All of this just made possible just with so many people, their participation and hard work. And you're also seeing logos from all of the different companies represented who lend their support to make all of this possible. I hope you guys had fun. I know I did, and we're just kind of keep on doing it. So once again, keep a lookout for the next competition date, and we'll keep on going. Thanks everyone so much for participating tonight. Take care.
Thank you.
Yes.
Everyone.